start the stream on the tube. Good morning, everybody. Silver is flying right now. I don't know about you guys, but I was on Twitter yesterday, and the guy, I'm sure you guys have heard of him, the rich dad, poor dad guy, was like, my prediction is silver's gonna open at $100 tomorrow and keep rallying. And I was so close to commenting wrong, but here it is at 76. It just started rallying literally 855. We were sitting at 75. Now we're at 76.40. Silver is on a rip. I'm not a big fan of silver. I'd rather stay away from it. Gold is something that we were trading all of 2025 and was giving us a lot more consistency. So we want to stay with what we know works for us. We see it's got a low volume area over here between 31 and 27. That is what I have lined up right over here in this little area right there. So this is sort of the area that I would like to keep an eye on gold right now. See if, okay, look, we took out this internal high. So now if we can hold this area of support, break up, higher low, go back to that higher high. So I'd like to see that pullback on gold. I don't like going long at the highs on the breaks. I'd much rather wait for the pullback, and if it doesn't give us the entry, then so be it. Now, the NASDAQ has been rallying, but it's rallying into a strong resistance point. Now, this area, guys, I posted about it in this watch list tab. Now, for the members here in Bullish Bears, I will start posting again in the watch list tab, either the NASDAQ or the S&P. I said NASDAQ. NASDAQ. I'm gonna keep it though, because I don't want to edit it, because then Discord says you edited it. But NASDAQ has been running into resistance since Monday, December 29th. So since last Monday, guys. Take a look at this. Probably even sooner, earlier than that. This is November. Is this the same area? No, this is the area I'm looking for right here. Intraday. So right here, this was Monday. Look it to the left, right here. Resistance, resistance. We skipped it on Wednesday. We came right back to it on Friday. So this area has been extremely strong, 750 to 790. But ideally, what I'm looking for is a bit closer, and that would be the new zone sitting here around 687. And even, I'm going to mark it out with the level, 703. So 703, this is where that 2-hour, we're on the 2-hour time frame. We see that we have our basing candle after we swept a high and an extreme move to the downside. This is a fantastic zone. And not only that, it's also on a key psychological level, that 25,700, right? Key individual psychological levels are great to keep an eye on, because no matter the strategy, orb, moving averages, all-time highs, wherever we're at, key psychological levels will always be looked at no matter what. So because they have such a strength behind them, with everybody looking at them, institutions and retail, makes it a very strong, compelling zone. So I'm going to be looking for a possible short position here on NQ. And again, realistically, look at this area, this whole area over here. Every time we come into it, we reject, we reject, we reject. So it's just trading with the trend and trading with the range. If we can start to sell off from there, I'd be looking for, I know this is 300-point move to the downside. Not the most realistic, but let's be honest. On Friday, we had 400, almost 500-point move to the downside. So I do want to watch that. I do want to be a little careful. And I will note that with uncertainty usually comes selling in the markets. So ES and Q selling with the uncertainty of possibly us invading Venezuela, Trump saying now we're going to take control of it. I mean, there's really a lot going on that can create a lot of turmoil and uncertainty in the markets. But we do have to also note that a lot of the large companies do very well profit-wise in times of war. So it's a bit of a push-pull. Personally, I'm waiting for a gold pullback. Ideally, it's funny, I like silver if it gave a good entry, but silver has just been all over the place, and it's just been wild. I haven't traded silver really, so I don't want to start today, especially when it's very volatile like this. Is there a mini silver? I didn't think there was. There might be. No, I don't think so. Does anybody know if there's a mini? I didn't think so. Somebody said they were trading it though, so there might be. I don't know. Micro silver futures. But what's the ticker for micro? Not mini. Ticker symbol. So it still just says SIL? Is that how they do it? Because obviously, guys, as you know already, most, if it's a micro to a mini, it'll just be like ES to MES, GC to MGC. SI, silver, does not have MSI, at least here on TradingView doesn't show up. SIL, there's silver micros. It looks like that might be silver micros. Yeah, that's silver micros. SIL. Okay, interesting. They do that differently, guys. Very cool. Very interesting. Now we do have the opportunity to trade silver with the momentum because we're able to trade micros. So that is something to consider. I'm definitely not going to be jumping the gun on anything. Again, more likely going to take gold if it gives us a possible entry. We have about 12 minutes till the market opens. I'm going to be really looking for a NASDAQ rejection off of the supply zone. Now we can also look to see, we could use our edgeful reports and look for some key levels. And of course, market would give us a bit of a fundamental breakdown. So let's see, NQ. I want to check our gap fill today. It's probably going to be huge. No? Current gap size, 0.4? Really? No, I don't think that's right. Why? I don't think that's definitely not right. Our gap from yesterday is, here's where I even have a ultimate reversal indicator here. And that marks out our gap fill is that blue level, midnight is this yellow level, and then previous sessions low and high. You can't see them because I have previous day high and low there already, but they come up as this like little red level. So you don't have to mark them out. It comes with an indicator, which is pretty cool. So what I'd be doing is I'd be looking for the gap fill, which I do have to do the math on it now because we're far from it. It's about 0.91%. That's a big gap. Got to remember too though, yesterday we also had a very big gap. And look at the sell-off. We filled it. What else? We have midnight price. Midnight price is a little bit higher. Same situation as for, Friday after Thursday. So I'm seeing a bit of a similar setup on NASDAQ here. Rejection off the supply zone, just like we had on Friday, rejected off the supply zone and sold off very strong. I'd also like to see where the VIX is currently trading at. So VIX on Friday rejected near this green zone that I have marked out on the VIX. So same situation. I'd like to sort of see, we are already, look at this guys, VIX pre-market is moving lower, right? Okay, well market's moving higher. We can see, let's see, we find the support down here on VIX. So support on the VIX, resistance on NASDAQ. But if we stay too strong, guys, and markets keep rallying, what I might look for is I'm going to change the buys. Instead of looking for a short position in here, I'm going to look to see if we could trade through it with a lot of strength, because again, that uncertainty in the economy, the war talk, everything going on, geopolitics, yada yada, that could really sway the market in either direction, right? And we're here to react to it, not predict it. So if we start rallying through it like it's not even there, and then we start to pull back and we create like a low volume shelf below us, I'm going to look to see that work as support with these two levels I have marked out, the 703 and 787. So let's say there's a low volume area in here, support, take it to new high today. That'd be my trade on NASDAQ. I'd also like to take a quick look at the current daily candle, because that's also going to give me a little bit of insight as to, are we overly extended on the day already? Where are we trading at? So check this out, guys. On the NASDAQ, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red days in a row. Now, I think I could check and see. Consecutive bars is the report. Or streaks. Green and red streaks. I think that's it. Yeah. So most red streaks on NASDAQ. Max red streaks in the past 6 months is 6. Current streak, same thing, says 3, but I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See 5. So this would be day number 6. So we wouldn't be breaking the streak yet, so it's still a possibility. It's really about us trying to stay below that previous day low. If we could scale above it, that becomes support, and we could see a massive rally today. Let's see. Measured move-wise, I'd like to compare it against a previous bullish day to just make sure that it is lining up. Okay, so yeah, it lines up with it. It doesn't give us much room for longs up there because then we'd already be very extended on the day. That's why I'm leaning a bit more to the bear side too. Gold is trying to pull back. I'm going to add a couple of alerts on gold because I do not want to miss that train if it does give us a good long entry, because really leaning more on gold today and really this week and going forward until we get some new update on the whole Venezuela situation. Let's see, NASDAQ new support level at the 615. We're at 617 right now, so we're trying to hold it. VWAP is way below us at 510. Yeah, sort of same situation, guys, as look at Wednesday into Friday. What's that, Wednesday into? No, Thursday into Friday. Oh, right, because markets were closed Thursday? Right, no? Yeah, New Year's. Right. Rallied pre-market, found resistance, sold off like crazy, and it filled the gap, hit the midnight price, all that. Today, pre-market, rally. Now I'm looking to see same thing. I want to see if we could find resistance up here on NASDAQ. I'm not going to have an 84-point stop loss. That's crazy. We're going to be looking for something a bit smaller. 10 point, 15 point, possibly 20 points depending on the volatility we have. We have to remember to also look at the previous day and know, okay, well, if we did have a wild move like that, we have to sort of measure those wicks out and make sure we're not getting stopped out. And look at this green candle right here. I remember this day, guys. Do you remember? I took a short right over here, and I got stopped out for a scratch. Pulled back a bit more deeper into the supply, which again would have called for a much better entry on a lower high right here, and then rejected all the way down. So I'm going to be extra patient. I'm not going to be jumping the gun. If we're rallying pre-market, market's open, I don't want to be the first to try to sell. And what I mean by that is we're never going to be the first seller, which means we'll top ticket, and we'll never be the first buyer and bottom ticket. That's not our goal. Our goal is to trade the reaction. Our goal is to trade the areas we're looking in. And for the consistency, right? We look for the market to react where it's looking to react. Where did that zone go? Let me just mark this back up. Ideally looking more so. We'll keep that blue for now, just so we know that is the area we're looking at. Market's open in T-minus 5 minutes, guys. Gold giving us an alert. Here we go. Beautiful. Okay, so you guys see this? You see the volume? Heavy volume. Volume fell off. Heavy volume. So this low volume area in here, 31-ish. I'm going to be looking for 31.7 to about 32, 38. Let's see. See what we got cooking here on gold. So because that 5-minute just looked much stronger to the downside, same situation where I don't want to be trying to catch a falling knife. I'm going to wait to see the reaction here. Now I can also use TradingView's footprint chart here and see if that also gives me a little bit of an idea if there's a volume imbalance there. There's not. I was looking for, you see these red volume imbalances? I was looking for some green ones over here. We do have, look at this though. Look how low the volume got right here. So around 29.9, there was a very little volume transacted. So I'd like to see us come back, start to fill it, and head back higher again. Let's see. Total cluster. Where's the table? Table. Info box. There it is, table. We don't really have the strongest delta when we're pushing up 2 on gold. So that's something to just be aware of, being a little careful with. Just be patient on gold, waiting on NASDAQ. We're waiting for the New York session. What's up, Ronald? Good morning, man. Yo, if you're here on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe. Drop a comment. Let me know what's up and what you're trading today. What was I gonna say? So looking for longs on gold, waiting for the market session to open, the New York session on ES and NQ. I'm really hoping, I don't know if you guys heard, but recently the NASDAQ signed off on trying to push for 23-hour trading. So markets would only be closed between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. So a lot of people are like, well, how does that affect volume? What about futures? Futures are already 23 hours. Well, how I would assume it would affect is I would think institutions would continue to trade, swing trade, invest, whatever, during the bank hours, right? Banking hours aren't changing, just availability to trade stocks and possibly options. They only announced stocks. I don't know if it's going to call for options as well. Might be if it's just stocks, that would really be like a shock to a lot of people thinking it's going to be options. Morning. Yeah, I want to see what silver does too. Silver has been ripping, man. Almost near 77. Guys, gold was up almost 67% last year. That's pretty funny. Ronald, so because you watch SPY, that would be the same as when we're going over like ES and NQ. So the ES would be SPY. So SPY price action is going to be the same as the ES. The only reason we do the ES is, well, because we trade futures, but because it does have those after hours zones and price levels. So that always has the volume. The SPY follows the ES futures. Good morning, everybody. What's up, Adrian? Michael, good morning. Kyle, Kev, good morning. JPJ, what's up, Jay? What's up, Adonis? Good morning, bro. Austin, what's up? What's up? Who else we got in here? Kat, good morning, Kat. What's up, Mike? Mic check 1 2 1 2. All right, let's check out ES real quick. I do want to keep an eye now. The S&P does seem to have a bit more strength. It is much closer to that previous day high than the NASDAQ was. Morning, Bell. What's going on? Yo, what's up, Kev? Yeah, lots of news this week. You're absolutely right on that. Economic calendar-wise, we're all over the place. We're back in business on the volatility. Absolutely love it. Oh, thank you, Kev, for the call out on that. ISM manufacturing PMI today at 10 o'clock. Let's go. Yo, let's keep an eye on gold. Gold's still pulling back. I'm looking for this area. Yo. Look at that. Real big fall off there. Good morning, guys. What's up, Mike Ross on YouTube? Good morning, man. So look, when I throw my volume profile up here too, at the beginning of the trend, this is also an area where, look, price was higher and just a weird fall off, so an imbalance, and then it picks up again. So I want to see us trade into this zone, pick up volume, and move back higher from there. So I'm looking for longs on gold around 44.30, stop around 26.6. So a pretty big stop loss on that. There we go. Yeah, give us a bit of a dive into it. Let's see a bit out of reaction. I just want to make sure we don't break that 26.6. It's very important. Getting a little volatility, getting a little kick, getting some volume in there. Just going to wait. There's my alert. I'm not taking longs right now because I don't know if that volatility kicks in and dumps right to stop loss. We want to see some type of reaction. I want to see like a big buyer or big seller step in here and react off of that big seller and fail to move lower. Once we see that, then I could take, there we go. So we're starting to see that. So I can look for a position now on gold, looking for around 31. We'll call it 31, like right down over here. I'd rather try to get filled in the actual low volume area itself, but that was a very nice reaction. So I can always start the position and put my stop loss at the low we just created. So where were we? 32. Look at that, 32 trying to hold for a higher low. Nice hold on gold there. Okay, let's see if we could try to... Ooh, man, look at that going right to new high a day. That would have been target. I'll just be a little careful here. Don't try... I'd say don't try chasing, quite honestly. We'll see. 31.9. 31.9. Yeah, let it pull back even. Like, get a better entry. Let's see. There we go. Let's see. Let's see. Now, ideally, I'd like us to hold that low we just created before. If it, oh, look at it, it's trying to dump into it. But that stop loss, we had our analysis off of the low volume area. So I said I wanted us to trade around into it and then hold. So I'll look to start the position, but stop loss is going to be 26.8. 26.8. So I'm just going to be a little careful on it. I know it could dip again. I know it could hold up here. Starting it very light. Long gold. I like the volatility it had today. I like the uncertainty of the whole economic and geopolitical outlook of everything right now. So that's what's keeping me long on gold. Nice. So look at that. So see that little bit of a double bottom in that low volume area, getting the reaction I was looking for. Very good so far. What is causing a large move on MU? I could look into that. I'll let you know. But if I look into that and gold hits stop loss, it's your fault. No, I'm just kidding. MU, Micron. Gold's still holding up. Micron stock jumped over 10%, hitting 52-week high. Q1 results. Could have been earnings. Earnings beat, price surged on heavy volume, breaking records amid AI re-rating. Just AI hype. There we go, gold holding up very well. Good stuff, man. Good patience on the entry. Just waiting. I'd like to see a new high a day on gold, guys. That's up here. Now we're cool. We're chilling now. We're chilling. Market pressure on gold. Market pulse on gold is bullish. That's good. I'd like to see the dollar weak still. Or I'm sorry, dollar moving higher. No, yeah, dollar weak. I need to see the dollar weak here. It's actually not that weak at the moment, so I'd be a little careful, but off that low volume trade, I really want to be able to take that 44.42 as take profit. Even if that's the first take profit. I'm in 5 micros. I might take like 2 off there or 3 off there. We'll see. Maybe 2. See how strong we move through it. YM markets are opened. Just realize that ESNQ markets are opened. NAS rejected, ES pushing higher divergence. There, be patient on equities. 42 seconds left for the 5 minute to close on gold. I do want to see us break another high. We just did. Not bad, not too shabby. Come on, gold. Let's just keep going. Let's make it a one and done day today. Dollar getting weak. That's what I like to see to help support gold. We're going to take 2 contracts off over here at 42.2. If we can get there. Staying patient. Entry was 44.31.4. 31.4. Some sellers stepping in up here. Be a little careful on that, but I do want to see that market pulse get back bullish. I don't like that the CVD's been bearish. That's a huge red flag, but just wait here. Ideally, I do not want to see it go to these lows again. So I might even move my stop loss up to like 27.1. Maybe even like 28.1. So if we dump that hard, probably not stopping anywhere. 15 minute. Yeah, not looking too ideal here on the 15. And the 30 was also rejecting. So I do want to be a little careful off the 30. But we'll see. If we stop out, we stop out. Take the next trade. ES and NQ. Trying to move lower. Could add alert here on NASDAQ if we break lower. Look at that. Yeah, there goes gold. Getting weak. This is still that low volume area, though, so I wouldn't be so quick to jump out. Like 26.8 is my stop. That's the bottom of that low volume area. If it does go to it, it goes to it, right? The only thing in our control is how much we lose on a trade and how much we make on a trade. Buyers trying to hold that level again. I'm liking that. I am a fan of that. That's for sure. But I'm not a fan of buyers failing a couple of times here. We did come up and up again, so I'd like to see us take out this 38.4. If we could take out 38.4, I will not take profit at 42. I will take full take profit at 51. So that's sort of where I'm at on this trade right now. Got to remember we do have news at 10 o'clock. Not Chicago PMI. We have... What is it? Economic calendar. ISM manufacturing PMI. Above would be bullish on the dollar. Forecast is about mid. Let's see. Okay, gold getting another reaction here. Only concern is we create a lower high. Again, though, I like that we're holding that low volume area. It shows me buyers are trying to absorb these sellers down here. But really need to see buyers take us to another 38.1. If they fail it, really losing faith in this. Yeah, let's see. Oh, there's a bit of a big buyer. They're trying to protect these longs. Yeah, I mean, it's getting wicky here, guys. Be patient, be careful. My stop loss is still around that 26.9-ish, 27.1. But it is what it is if it stops out. Only in some micros, taking it light. Silver near that area that I marked as support, but I don't know how realistic that is too. Gold getting weak, and don't forget our CVD has been moving lower. So something that would also help me on the longs is if CVD could start spiking higher. It did just start to spike a little higher here, so I'd need to see some follow through. 5-minute closes in a minute 34. There's a big seller trying one last time to bring us lower. Question is, does the buyer hold or do the sellers take control? I'm not a big fan of the sellers keep trying to take control and buyers keep failing. But at some point, we're going to squeeze in a direction. Right now, we're at support, so I wouldn't want to get out of longs. But I wouldn't want to go short just yet either. Really just a matter of staying patient here on gold. Horrible spot. This is possible. Again, I'm long. Just looking for it to try to hold back to highs. It was very bullish today. Looking for equities. I'm sorry, not equities, but metals to stay strong off of the whole U.S. and Venezuela situation. 44 seconds left. I like that we're finding a little bit of buying pressure here on the last 40 seconds. If we could flip green on this candle, that would be huge. And again, would help me move my full take profit to 52 instead of that 42. And even possibly higher too. Higher too is not a number. There we go, gold. Holding up, man. Doing its best. Really need to see it take out this 38. Here we go. CVD's struggling. A little concerning there, but I've seen gold rally without CVD. That just crushes the sellers really more and more. Look at this, guys. Buyers taking it. There's that 38.8. Alright. Okay. I think I do want to take a couple contracts off. Nah. We'll see. Finding some buyers. Really need to see stronger volume. There's a bit of volume trying to pick up here, so that helps give me a little bit of confidence. But the candle that formed there is more of a rejection candle. So I probably will just at least take 2 contracts off to lock in some profits. Let's see. We'll see. I don't know. I'd like to see us just hold. But the way sellers have been stepping in have been wild. 15-minute closes in 4 minutes. Really need to see those buyers step in, CVD step in, and it's just failing over and over. Yeah, man, if we could get back green on this candle, I'm getting out of 2 contracts. I hate the way these sellers are stepping in. We broke the recent 5. It's not awful. It's just the price action that's throwing me off, and the volume too. And those two have to go hand in hand because they're not. That's more of a 50-50. But this trade hasn't hit stop loss yet, hasn't hit take profit yet, and I'd hate to screwy out of it, you know, especially if it does want to try to continue. CVD has been moving down all day while gold was moving up, so it's not completely against the machine to do that. Dollar trying to move higher though, which would help support a bearish gold. So it's just a few things sort of giving us that 50-50. I think I will, based off of that 50-50 like I just mentioned, I think I will look to get out near the 39. See if we get one more run up, get out near the highs would always be ideal. If we start running real strong, like we see volume, there we go, a little bit of a volume kick. We've also seen really quick moves straight up on gold, right? So I want to be able to take profit. I want to be able to get out into strength. I want to trade this smart. Let's see. Equities are selling off. At least Nvidia is. Come on, gold. Let's get back up there. Market Pulse is trying to go bullish right here. Oh, big seller trying to hold us lower. Want to see that guy fail. That's volume. So again, if we can reverse off that volume, that's great. If we can't, not so great. We're either going up or we're going down.
What are you trading this morning? I just got here.
Gold.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we're long gold. There we go. Give us a little something. Give us some lunch money. Yeah, I'll get out of a couple contracts. 38.7 if we could get there. I really wanted 42 at least. But the way we're squeezing over here and the way these sellers keep trying to step in, it's not ideal at all.
And if you go bullish, your Bollinger Bands take you up at 44, 42. You mentioned that number already.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else do I see?
Yeah, I'll get out of a few at 39.6. I don't know, man. It's again, it's at a point where it's like I feel like we're gonna squeeze, but we've failed so long. A lot of times these entries play out fairly quickly. Not even very quickly, fairly quickly. There we go, gold. It's fine, gold. I guess take your time if you really got to do that. 44 seconds left. I will get out of 2. And I'm in micros. I'll get out of 2 at 38.6. Come on, alright, out of 2, holding 3. Took it fairly light. Move my stop loss to these lows that we created. And just let these last few contracts play out. Gold's been bullish today. Took it off the low volume shelf. I'm looking for it to go hit new high a day. There we go. It just wanted me to scale out of a few first. I understand. Nice. Beautiful. CVD is trying to get that push back up. Come on, gold. Keep running now. Good morning, guys. Let's see. Beautiful.
Intraday volume shelf 44.30.
Yeah.
Is the current VPOC.
Part of me wants to get out here if we fail 42, though. 42's got a passive seller that we failed to break through earlier. I might get out here and then look to re-enter if we could break it. So like get out at this high. If we fail the high, let's see. I'll give it like a minute here. But again, I don't want to screw myself out of a good winner too. Let's see. Come on, break that 42. Alright, we'll get out. We'll call it a trade there. 295 on the trade. Very light size. Just realized it went lighter than expected. Okay, there we go, gold. Ah, boo. That's right, I'll look for that re-entry. Like I said, wanted to find a break and re-entry. There's a bit of a retest right there. Let's see if it wants to find some continuation now on gold, or if we break that and fail back lower. I'd like to see a continuation here. Good volume. I re-entered when I said re-enter here. So I'm just staying patient. It might just stop out this last re-entry. 41.1 is stop on that. So sort of just looking for it to find some momentum. There we go, gold. How's the dollar looking? Gold volume pressure is good. Dollar's trying to move higher, which again is not ideal for longs on gold. I'll look to possibly get out of this for a scalp then if that's the case. Nice, there we go. Take that for another 50. Beautiful, just small scalps today. Keeping it small. It's the beginning of the year. There we go. Glad I got out. Beginning of the year. Not looking to go crazy just yet. Get a feel for markets. Get that win streak going, then we could size back up. Markets ain't going anywhere. NASDAQ and ES. Glad we weren't looking at those. They're pretty sideways right now. Yo, silver. I had a silver spot too, and that held up very well. It was great. Boom. Look at that. Go gold. Go. Wow, that's crazy, man. I gotta trust the process more.
50% measured move, 44.49.
Hmm. I'm talking to Edgeful right now. I'm trying to get you guys that free trial. Damn, gold. I see you. Damn, gold. Killer, guys. Absolutely killer. I'm definitely off my mark on my daily goal. I cut out of this trade way too soon. I should have, you know what? I wasn't looking at the volume down here. Look at the buying volume, consistent volume stepping in since we turned green off of that low volume area. That was beautiful, dude. This entry down here was phenomenal. Real nice.
All right, good trade there. Target was met on the 50% move. If it makes a 618, that'll be 44.50.5. Not sure it's going to
Nice.
make it. The tug of war looks a little weak here, but we'll see.
I'd almost want to take it once we can start breaching these highs again, with these sellers trapped and the low being new stop, but we've already extended so far. That was a very nice trade. No reason to jump back in just yet. Low volume area here, 45 to 44. That's a really good spot, actually. Let's see, 45
Yeah.
to 44.
Here's your pullback here. Interesting. So we made a little bit over a 50% measured move. We may come back down to, I could see 44.43 maybe.
I'd like to see this 45 hold.
45 hold.
Come on, 45. Let's take a new high a day. Oh, no, don't do that. Come on, new high a day, right off that 45.
I just
Lane.
filled a small little fair value gap on the 1 minute. Um, but 50% retrace brings us back inside the box down to around 44.39. I don't know that we'll do that, but we're really way out of
Boom.
bounds at the moment on the 1 minute.
Nice. Oh my god, beautiful. Now daily goals hit. Nice. Sorry about that. I took that off of 45. 44 stop loss. This is an amazing tight stop. That was crazy. It got me out too soon, but that's okay.
Good call for a scalp there. Good call.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, great bias, great entries, great areas today on gold. Good little momentum moves. I think it could hold here, but I'm not taking it again. That was off of this little volume area. 42 to 40, like 43 to 42 is the next little area like that. Look at the positive delta we had there, 96 with only 100 volume. That's pretty strong right there. I'd consider that. What's that, 43? No, that's like 41. So 40, yeah, 43 to 41. Boom, there we go, gold. Amazing stuff today. Hey, good job, Kyle. Yes, sir. Took a 3-1 on NASDAQ. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Good short. Good morning, guys. Killer today. One and done. All right, 9:53. See you guys later. We'll be patient. What's up, Ricardo?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Let's see. Gold looking all right. I wouldn't look to enter anywhere here at this point. I don't really see a proper stop loss. NASDAQ within a range, VWAP and 25,660. Resistance 685 is what I was looking for on NQ. Also, that's 700. So that trade setup is still a possibility. Bro, I get so I'm sure you plenty of people do, but you guys get like bot spam messages and stuff. I get bot message. All right, there we go. Gold heading towards that 40 51. Finally 51 on gold. I get bot messages like, "Yo, do you want to be our partner with like shady what's it called? Shady prop firms and stuff," which I'm always like turning them down or whatever. I'm not laughing at them, but I'm not doing that. I'm not selling myself. I don't do that. And this guy today was like, "Oh, well, could you let me know your expectations so I could proceed?" And I was just like, "Yeah, my expectations are too high. Bye." There we go, gold, boom, continuing. Look at these buyers, man. Oh my goodness. Wow, that is crazy. Great work today, great work. Let's see. Gold could continue all at once. I'm adding alerts in pullback areas. I'm not looking to buy it at these highs. This was a fantastic entry down here. 5-1, that would have smashed. Weighted index is trying to break through. Was a support, now resistance. Not the best spot. So I just see chop here on the NASDAQ until 25,685. That's where I'd like to see us reject on NQ. Let's see. Waltz drops his bid for re-election as Minnesota governor. All right, that's not going to help the market or do anything for the market. All right, gold on a pullback. If we get a gold pullback, that would be great. Look at these buyers that just started to print around here, this 40, 42. This is where we do have a little bit of a buy imbalance. Yeah, that's solid right there. I'm looking for either this spot or right underneath it. This spot. That's where I'd like to see. Oh, look at these fake levels that printed down here. What that tells me is market makers are probably going to bring us down to that level. It's usually what I see when that happens. But we've been bullish, so that's the opposite direction, right? That's like the 42s to the downside. So I wouldn't want to go short up here. Yeah, they already pulled them. See that? We're trying to get there, though. So that's sort of me thinking, like, are they showing their hand by accident here? And then going, oh, crap. Because now watch. Markets are trading right towards it. I want to see how we react. That's between 43. Hit back on GC from that large candle. Nice, Kev. 43 to 39. 43 to 39. Call it about 41. 40. Like right there. Possible entry on gold with the reaction. If we can push into it and start to come back out of it, I'll take the long, stop at whatever low we create. Marzity, what you win anything right now?
No, I'm done trading. I did take that last gold run with one micro, made $50 on that, but I did the bulk of my trading in pre-market.
Very nice. This is pretty cool, guys. This level that printed over here, we saw that print while we were still pulling back. We could have, right? All coulda, woulda, shoulda. Could have taken it short on that pullback stop at the high we created if we were just trading off of Bookmap, right? And that would have given us a possible, let's see, entry 50, 3-point stop, 3 to 1, 2 to 1, possibly 4 to 1 if we were to go all the way down here. Look at this. They did the same thing. New areas, new levels. Probably going to pull them. I'd much rather see, though, this 43 to 42, that area hold. Mainly because of this right here. Show you guys what I'm looking at. Oh, don't forget we got news in less than a minute. So right here, this is our session volume profile. 100 volume right here. And I saw it's mainly green. So I come over here, this is my session volume delta. 96 of that 100 volume was positive delta. That's crazy strong. That's crazy strong. So that's a bit of an imbalance. They weren't really given the sellers an opportunity to fill a trade there. So I do want to see us come back and get some volume reaccumulated there and then distributed back to the upside again. News in 15 seconds. Also waiting on the NASDAQ. We can check the ES. They probably, yup. You see how they pulled all the orders? Look how dark Bookmap gets right there. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Let's GC. But, yo, what's up, Oz? Good morning, man. Morning, Jay. Smarter 007. What's going on, man? Good morning. I like the name. Very cool. Prospertunity. What's up? What's up? Terry, good morning. There we go. Gold on a little bit of a pin bar straight up. I guess it's not a pin bar. Pin bars have that long wick. But strong buy and balance came through. Boom. Holy crap. That's crazy that we were long down here.
All right, gold has hit pivot point R2 and a full 100% measured move. Expect a little bit of chop here now out of gold. Very possibly looking for a pullback somewhere around 44, 45, maybe 46. Possible pullback if it does. Now, if it continues to run, let's see, where would that put us?
Check out this 53.
All right. Based off the last measured move, we rejected the 23.6, or we tagged it. And if we do not break that 23.6, we're coming back down. If we do, we're going up to 44.59 and a half.
Wow, look at the chop on NASDAQ right now. That is awful. Gross. Gold continuing. Wow. Over 20 points from our original entry. Damn. Definitely. Nice, too late, but that's alright. That's alright. It was a nice trend day. I saw it coming. Definitely saw it coming on gold with how strong we were overnight. And again, the geopolitical stance on everything. That's got such a move and such a pull on what happens. Here we go. So this was a supply zone in gold. Let's see. I'd possibly look for a re-entry. So this is a 15-minute supply. We broke it. Look for a possible retrace to it. Look at this. This is now all-time highs on... No, it's not all-time highs. Oh, good. Perfect. Nice. Beautiful. That means we have ways to go. We have a price target to the upside. I was more nervous on re-entering because I didn't know if we had a price target to the upside. We, in fact, do. And wow, look at that. Gold's ready to rip and keep ripping.
All right, next upside target, 44.64.5 is a full measured move. The dollar is falling.
Oh, finally. Bro, the dollar started falling once I got out of the trade. I literally got out of the trade because the dollar kept trying to hold. That's really funny.
So, for those of you that don't understand, gold and the dollar have an inverse relationship very commonly. So, if you're going to trade gold, you want to watch the dollar, and that kind of helps confirm the move a little bit. If the dollar's falling, you expect gold to go up, and vice versa. Not always the case, but one's kind of a crystal ball of the other. All right, there's your full measured move right
Jeez.
there. Profit target met if you were long.
Hey, gold, you don't have to go straight up, you know. It didn't. We were we were long. It was choppy. We got out, and then it said, "Finally, those retail idiots are out." No, I'm just kidding. Markets do not know when you're in a trade. Always remember that. Markets don't know you. I'm very sorry to say this, but markets do not care about you. That's why it's our job to care about ourselves, our stop losses, our entries, our targets, and to trade with the markets, not predict against them. Because a lot of times when people are predicting markets, it's because they're trying to predict the top or predict the bottom. Like this trade entry over here, I wasn't predicting the bottom, I was just looking for the pullback. I definitely jumped the gun on the entry because, well, I got in sort of bottom entry and I could have waited for this to close green and taken it somewhere over here, but I had confidence in the zone, confidence in my trade setup. Even silver did very well off of that low volume. Look at this guy. So people, oh, fair value gap, fair value gap. No, well, yes, technically, right, because of the formation, but it's the volume that's causing the reaction, not the fair value gap, not a candlestick. Candlesticks are the reaction.
By the way, Kevin, the markets are hearing everything you just said through your Siri, your Alexa, your Gemini, Rock, whatever it is.
No, bro, I know. What's up, Ironclad? Man, good to have you in here. Been a little bit. Happy New Year.
Yeah, been a little away for a while.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good, man, good. Just watching this chop.
Oh, you must be on ES and NQ.
Watching that chop.
It's a metals world today.
I made my month on Friday, so I'm okay.
Hey, there you go. I'm waiting for a possible pullback on gold to like 60, like right over right this area right here. So like 58.72.
All right, so the 5 minute on gold, RSI is hit overbought. We're walking the upper band of the Bollinger Band. We have a measured move based on the big ass candle of the 5 minute. Stuck a toe outside of that. And so our critical area here is going to be a close above 44.69. If we can achieve that, then 44.73 is on the table. If we cannot, we've got we'll very likely come back to the pivot point at 44.54.
Nice. Guys, don't go long at the highs. Obviously, we'd rather go long than short at this point, but going long at the highs, you don't really know where to protect yourself, where to put your stop loss, because your stop loss really should be based off of where your analysis is wrong. So if you went long up here and you got stopped out, you wouldn't look for a short, you'd still want to be bullish. So be patient until we find an area that is a little bit more clear. So you see how we moved, we had all the volume over here, and then we had low volume while we were moving up, low volume. We had low volume up here too. But since around 10:04, we've been chopping around this area, picking up volume, leaving low volume between 60 to 57. That's going to be the area I would like to see some buyers step back in on gold around 58, 59.
We're seeing a tug of war on the 5 minute candle here. We did hit one of the 111, and we're backing off and chopping around on that 111 of the measured move.
I don't know
I'm
about
kind
calling
of
this.
tempted to take a short here, but at the same time, I've hit max profit for the day, so I am done trading. That's something you got to learn is when to walk away, and bird in hand kind of thing. Now the dollar, while the dollar is still bearish, it has not set a new low yet, as far as taking out the previous 5 minute. So that's another cautionary tale to tell you that we're not we're kind of walking into a decision area of whether we're going to go north or south. We made a full measured move. We've got a big ass candle to watch. We've got a tag of the 111 above, and we're stuck here for the moment. So, we're losing a lot of that upward momentum. And not to say that it can't. Right now, it's a matter of who runs out of money first. And so right now, this is all a money exhaustion game.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call it a tug of war on the 5, especially because the 5 minute, when we're looking at the 5, we should be looking at sort of the movements we've been seeing, right? Not just that one candle we're on, because that's not the whole story. We want to be able to look at a stronger picture. But I did see what you were saying, how like this 5 minute, it kept trying to push higher, and it came back. Tried to push lower, and then it came back. So
Yeah,
definitely,
that's what I mean as the tug of war. Literally watching what's going on inside the candle as they push it up, they push it down, they push it up, and you're just
yeah.
watching to see who runs out of money first.
Yeah, but
And
I wouldn't think that this could be our high just yet, because I think the momentum behind us to the buy side was very strong. People could just be taking profit now. People could be looking for a better entry as well.
yeah,
Let's see.
I agree.
Yeah,
All
let's see
right,
this
we're dipping into
44.60.
that fair value gap
I
we
had
just
that
made.
that ISM came in negative as well, so keep an eye on that.
Oh, good stuff, good stuff. ISM, came in bearish. Bearish on the dollar, bullish on gold. Good stuff, good call.
Yep.
Thank you, Mike. CVD has been trying to move higher. Remember, that was an issue earlier. I wanted to see us move into this towards 58.
All right, the dollar did not make a new low on the 5-minute candle. We're inside of the previous, so again, we're uncertainty at the moment. Uncertainty. We do have what looks like a rally-based drop.
Here we go.
Sort of, kind of. It's not a perfect rally-based drop because the candle's the wrong color as far as the spinning top, but it's certainly playing out with a pullback on gold.
Boom.
Let's see. 50% measured move would be inside the box 4456.4.
Long gold. Just one contract. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Just
No.
right
No,
off that
it's your
area.
show. I'm just babbling.
That's alright. Could go right to stop. Be careful on this trade. It's close to going right to stop.
4454.4 is pivot point R2.
Let's see. I
At the
liked.
bottom of the fair value gap.
I still like it for longs. Like I said about the whole stop should be where your analysis is wrong. I want to be a little careful, even off 53, or just sort of play it safe now and be patient. I am out of it. Stopped out of it.
All right,
Let's...
there's 4454.4.
Oh,
So there's that pullback I kept talking about. Now here is a possible long entry. Maybe if you're thinking of that about a bullish scenario. I'm not so sure, but
I like the retest. So you see this blue zone here. I'm gonna make it red because this was a supply zone overnight, and then we broke it. So I usually use supply as demand. So that's actually where I would like to see a re-entry. Now I'm gonna be patient. Minute 20 left in this 5. We could also look at the 15-minute time frame. 15-minute had a fair value gap right here. I'm going to mark that out a different color for a moment and see if that lines up. We have low volume over there too, so that could also be, and that lines up with that broken supply. So I'm really just going to be extra patient on gold here.
moving down to the 1 minute. Let's see.
Nas looking okay, like it's trying to move higher. Nvidia's stuck in a range off of 190. Amazon new high a day. Google trying to move up. Meta new high a day.
On the 1 minute, there's a fair order block or whatever you call it here around the midpoint of it being 44.51. So on the 1 minute, we are on the midpoint of the Bollinger Band. We've come off of the upper band down to the midpoint. So if we're going back up, that puts 44.70 on the table. If we're going down, that puts 44.46 on the table.
Yeah. I like this peak of low volume right here at this 54. 54.7. We dipped in there. But I don't know, might take another run. CVD is trying to move higher though, so that is good. That is bullish. But just be patient. I still have zones to the downside that I would like to see act as support before we continue higher, but be patient. Just wait and see. It does look like buyers might want to take it here.
Dollar just stuck a toe to a new daily low.
Took a toe to a new daily low. Like that. So let's see if that supports gold. Will gold hold or will it fold? Some sellers stepping in there. Selling volume, be careful. But if we can reverse back up higher on those sellers. But nope, they're trying to bring us lower again. Be careful now. Come on now, take us above that seller.
1 minute. Air flag on the 1 minute.
Alright, we got back above that seller for a moment. Gotta see it stronger though here. Come on now, 60.4. There it is. A little move. It's a little cha-cha slide,
Okay.
gold.
Bull flag on the larger time frame. Okay, let's see. What have we got?
Want to see a run up here on gold.
Did we jump back in?
A little bit. I'm not a big fan of the re-entry. It's really just a little all over the place, but... And the sellers, when they sellers step in lately on gold, they're just, like, wild. So, I'd be a little careful on longs. Like Marzidi was mentioning before, we're sort of chopping. Possibly losing some steam to the upside. I liked that these sellers failed over here, though, but clearly they could take control again, right? We've seen a lot of strength, though, to the buy side. I don't want to be going against that trend just yet until it proves me otherwise. But, just stay patient, really.
I'm not liking this chop right here. I'm thinking it looks ICT. We've got a high, we got a low, we got a pull back to the middle.
I really like the
Maybe
weakness in the
breaking
dollar and the report, the economic data that came in. That's why I'd rather be long gold. But, yeah. Again, just a matter of we could pull back for a little bit and get a better entry to the downside to trade back higher. So wide trade in the middle right now when we're chopping. Really no reason to do that to yourself.
I could, of course, be wrong, but I think we're going to pull back down to 44.52 before we can consider the next leg up.
Yeah, I know, that's what I was saying too. The 51 areas where I had some support that was resistance earlier, hopefully become support now. So like this middle of nowhere chop, I don't want to be jumping in longs just to get stopped out and then not have the capital to be able to trade that support zone that I had, right? So want to be extra patient, and if markets quote unquote move without us, then so be it. We already had some great trade setups today. Lock in those profits and call it a day. See that? Yeah, I'm thinking sellers want to take it to that 50 area, Marzidi. We'll see.
Yeah, kind of looks like it. Kind of looks like it, but
Oh, dollar
just
moving lower. New low day on the dollar.
I see that.
Silver moving up. Again,
I
it's
don't know if
like...
you heard about the weekend. They said that the paper price for silver, I don't remember what it was, but it was like 50 or something like that. And they said though, but the counter price, the over-the-counter price, blasted over 100.
Did it?
And it was like, how can you do that? That doesn't make any sense. But it did apparently, and people were reporting about it. And it's like, what?
Wow. That's pretty crazy. Look at this here. I'd like to see us start to pull back towards these levels that just printed on gold to the upside. But remember, sellers have been pretty active lately. They're getting active. And we have support to the downside, so I'd really just not even trade this zone. If I was looking for anything, I'd be looking for longs. What's that?
I agree with you. I wouldn't necessarily take a trade here.
Yeah.
It does have an ICT setup look to it, but it is also in the middle of a really contested area at the moment.
I like this level that just printed up here around 62 to 63. That's what's keeping me to want to be long. But looking at these sellers, these buyers keep failing to bring us higher. We keep failing to find good buying volume at these price levels too. Really a lot running against the longs at the moment. 15-minute was still looking a bit more bullish. 30-minute closes in 8.5 minutes. So we could also wait for the 30 to close. Yeah, look at these sellers, again, stepping back in on the sell side. Just for buyers to step back in on the buy side. Very choppy here. No trade zone. No trade zone. I like dollar moving lower. That's great. Want to see that market pulse. Pressures to the buy side, but it keeps failing to the buy side. Come on now. Let's finally break through. Let's just keep trending higher. $62.5, $62.6. A little bit of a flag pattern right here. If we can't break it, we reject, we move lower. If we do break it, probably going to make our way to new high a day on gold. Looking
And
like we're trying to
walking
fail
the
it. Be careful.
midpoint. If you're a Bollinger Band trader, you should know we're walking. I'm on the 1 minute chart and we're just walking the midpoint of the Bollinger Band. Still looking for that pull back to the pivot point down there, 50 or 44.50. Well, let's just say 55 for even numbers. The
So,
liquidity on the south side is going to be 44.52.5.
buyers keep trying to defend 44.60 here on gold. That is one thing. But again, 250.50, I'm going to be patient. We're in good profits on the day. No reason to be messing around with those. Let's see. Yo, Oz, you there? Shoot me a message. We'll try to schedule for this week. Silver moving up. Good strength in silver. Gold a bit laggy right now.
Remember too, when you look at this move from about 10 o'clock to 10:07 or whatever, it's a pretty good size move. And when you have big moves like this, you're often followed by consolidation and chop. This is very common because a lot of money was spent to make that move. And after that move is made, everybody sits back and says, okay, now what? And so this kind of chop is very common following that move there, like I said, from around 10 o'clock until 10:05, 10:07, whatever it is. Because if you're looking, especially if you're looking at the 1 minute, you just see green bar, green bar, green bar, green bar, green bar. That tells you they spent a lot of money across the board to move this. They've spent their money. Now they're resetting. And so consolidation happens following that because now you're just dealing with a lot of the retailers because the institutions are taking a breather.
Boom.
So there you go. There's your break south. Coming down to that 44.54 area, 55 that I called out earlier. Liquidity, like I said, is going to be 44.53, let's call it. That's taking out that, it's taking out the low of that 1014 candle.
Nice. Good. There we go. Some selling pressure. What's up, guys? See some new faces in here. Just want to say hello. Welcome to the community. Just a heads up, guys. There's fake accounts on Discord on every server you join. There are fake Kevin accounts and Signet accounts and Lucian accounts, and they'll message you like, hey, do you want to join my copy trading service? Blah, blah, blah. Make thousands. They'll send you screenshots of really big accounts. It is not me. It is not Sig. It's not what we do. We're here to sort of help educate you guys through these live streams. I offer one-on-ones. Signet offers one-on-ones. Those are separate, but that's where we're at. We will not message you guys first and try to sell you something. here's a big sell bubble right here. So again, same situation where if this seller steps in and we reverse on them, this could be a buying opportunity. But if this seller steps in and holds, this could be even a selling opportunity. But we're trying to break it. I'm rather be a bit more patient. We haven't hit the zone yet. Could again look to take it long here. Stop near this low. I'm not taking that trade. I'm not a big fan of it. We didn't hit that zone I was looking for around 50. So I'm just gonna wait.
All right, analyzing the current candles here, we did not take out that 10:14 a.m. low yet. So what does that mean? Well, that means that the people that were long did not want to get stopped out. And so they added to their position to push the stock back up. And we see that if we're looking on the 1 minute candle, that it just 180-degree turnaround. And as the buyers added to their position to stop that from prevent that from getting stopped out. Now that doesn't mean that, now they've spent their money and the sellers now can come back with vengeance and saying, yeah, good for you, here we come. And we are rejecting the midpoint of the Bollinger Band.
Ooh.
So do I think we're getting ready to go short again? Very possible. Very, very possible.
It's time to
And
short
we're
NQ.
still looking at 4452.5 on the short.
Yeah, I
Alright.
got a 2-hour supply zone up there on NQ.
Yes, sir. Me too. Looking for that 687 and that 700. 703. 685 had a good seller right there.
Luke, set up for your attack run. Here it comes.
Don't forget two guys. Excuse me. Daily time frame, we got divergence. Nasdaq has not taken out its previous day high. ES has. Bit of a rejection off this 85. I almost want to try it here, but I'd rather not because we haven't hit my zone. That zone has to be part of my confirmation. So if anything, I'm looking for us to break through this level and reverse back, and maybe I'll take it once we get back below it, stop at the high we create. What's that, like 85 to 95?
All right, gold stuck a toe out into the liquidity zone below us. Now, the idea here is you're triggering all the stops of those people that went long. And so by triggering their stops, that's a sell, right? So all these people had sell orders sitting there. And if the Bears can pull enough momentum out of it, then they can run the crap out of it using their orders plus their own orders, to additional orders to go short. On the other hand, it's also a lot of times where they'll use those stops to go long because they're trying to trigger those contracts to get those people out of that trade and wash them out so that the people going long can have the money for themselves. All right, now, since we're down here below 44.51, we're looking for a close below that. If we do not close below 44.51, then this is simply a liquidity run to the south so that we can make a run back up north. How is that? Well, that's a 23.6% measured move. And traditionally we see if you can't close below that, you're not going to make it further south usually. It's a Fibonacci number.
Alright guys, I'm looking for NAS to move, so I just marked out the 15-minute open. So I'd like to see this 5-minute candle push green, maybe the next one also push green and start to reject. And within the next 3 5-minute candles, I want to see a red candle. That's going to be my entry. This one we're on right now, it's got 3.5 minutes left. I want to see this one move higher into the zone. Then I want to see the next candle or the following give us that reaction back to the downside. That'll be my entry for shorts off of this rejection area. On the other hand, equities stay strong, which they don't look strong right now, but they flip strong. We go bullish. I might use this 703 and 690 area as support and go long. But right now we are running into resistance on equities. Weighted index is pretty choppy right now, but finding support. There we go. Come on, NASDAQ. Let's move up. VIX is not near an area of support or resistance yet. There we go, NASDAQ. Big buyer right there taking us through that price level. We just tapped that zone. 30-minute also just opened, and the 30-minute actually looks more bullish. That's why I would consider long. So we have a basing candle here, a rally. So I'd actually look for continuation on this candle. So if we break higher, we have strength, we're not rejecting, I'll look for a pullback and I'll go long. Other than that, I am still considering shorts in this spot. I like that this buyer is failing to bring us anywhere. That's awesome. This guy sucks. No, I'm just kidding.
Discipline. I want to go long. I want to go long. I can't do it. I've already hit profit target. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, right? I gotta overtrade. Get out of my way. Gold, man, so close. Add some alerts down here on gold.
But at the same time, on the 5-minute, gold is just now coming out of overbought from RSI. Look at context, folks. Always look at context.
Yep.
Not just the one chart in front of you. Look at things around you. So the dollar is still falling, but gold is still falling. You say, well, why is that? Well, you know, they are related, but they're still traded independently from one another. We are digging into a fair value gap here on the 1-minute chart for gold. So again, I'm still saying we got to watch 44.51 and see what happens at that level.
Possible trade setup entry on ES long. So remember, I was saying that long or short could end up playing out on NASDAQ here, while ES is leaning a bit more bullish. So 51.75 right here, 51.75 to about 50.75. Look at that huge imbalance in volume. There's like no volume transacted right there. We just shot right through it. Markets are going to want to sort of come back and balance out. So I want to see a pullback. I do want to be careful though, because I did want to go short NAS here. So I'm being patient, ready to play both sides. Something Chief Keef doesn't like, but we're going to see which one wants to play out. The NASDAQ trade required this 5-minute to close, so we have 30 seconds. We're not going to rush into anything. Same with ES. We were looking for a possible pullback. Just going to wait. How's the hourly look? Hourly could be rejecting.
Looking at gold here on the 5-minute chart, if this is a full reversal of the big ass candle at 10 o'clock, the low target would be 44.48. That would take out the low of the 10 o'clock candle. It's very possible. The Bollinger Band midpoint is below that, so, but it is rising, so this is a counter trend trade. Anytime you are trading against the averages or whatever your, strategy is, you got to remember you need to size down or don't take the trade at all because you're going against the trend. And the reason that's important is you got to remember the trend is moving against you, and that is one of your targets. So your profit margin every minute that goes by is shrinking, and shrinking because you're going in the wrong direction with your trade.
Yep. Guys, I'm short NASDAQ off of the supply zone. Stop at the high we just made, so I'm looking for a starter position here. If it wicks back, I'm just out for a very small loss. And if it does continue, I'll look to add and we'll look for a nice big winner in this trade. But we had that first green candle, then we have a red candle forming. We still have 4 minutes left for it to form though, so we do have some time. Nvidia's pretty weak, Google's pretty weak, equities are looking pretty bearish, weighted indexes bearish. And that's where we're at right now. Remember, Friday's price action, we chopped higher until we sold off. The sell-off happened at 10 o'clock, though, so we're about 30 minutes late. But nothing's going to happen perfectly. Gold giving us a possible area. Yay, my editor's back. Hooray. There we go. Naz. Beautiful. I'm going to take a look at gold. I am still in NQ. I will let you guys know if I get out or if anything happens there. But it is moving in our favor very nicely right now. Until it's not. Stay patient on everything. Let's just keep an eye on NQ, really. Held the 60 level very well. 236 left in that 5 minute. Oh, did ES? ES is near that price level too. Remember, that was also a possible trade, so I'd hate to fade myself in this. However, okay. If ES dumps through it, no trade, but I would take ES if it starts to hold right here. But it doesn't look like it's trying. It's sort of trying. Stop loss would be 49.25 on ES. But I'm not in it. There we go, NASDAQ. Yes, sir. There we go. Okay. Okay. Gotta be a little careful, though. Gold trying to hold. Dow pretty weak. Yeah, I'm not going to take longs on ES. I don't... It's definitely trying. I would if NAS wasn't short off this resistance, but NAS is short off this resistance, so I don't want to be jumping into ES. Minute 32 left. We could let it play out, man. We got a minute 30 left. It's plenty of time for it to do anything, and without ES breaking below 49, this long setup still can be a possibility. But if it breaks below 49, I know we're probably right on the shorts, and we're going to be looking to hold. There's 49.75, 49.50. Just barely tapping it. Barely tapping it, and buyers are absorbing it right back up. They're going num num num. Come on now. Come on now, so close.
There's gold now. I just posted a picture showing the rejection on the 5 minute of that 111. Now we've turned around and we're breaking the 111 on the other side, on the downside, which also took out the liquidity or the 10 o'clock low. Got a fair value gap down here around what, 4444.
All right, no longs on ES. Holding shorts on NQ, looking to add on the next 5 minute. This is nice. We'll see though. Weighted index near an area that was resistance earlier could become support. So I do want to let the 5 close, let some things play out. 15 minute, 30 minute, just making sure everything does look like it can still hold to the downside. Hourly closes in 20 minutes. Yeah, we'll see if we can pull back. I'll look to try to add around 25,670. VIX trying to move back up. Weighted index is near that area that was resistance, so again, that could be support now. Would much rather see us hold here and continue lower, but we could see if we could retest 70 for a possible add. Here comes 70. I didn't add yet, because we'll just be patient off this reaction, but let's just wait 1 sec. Okay, I do like that. I'll look to add. Stop is still at the high, new high a day. So I'm really just looking to hold the shorts. If it fails, I've got a tight enough stop loss off the original trade. Add it on a pullback. Just looking for this to try to play out in our favor, create a lower high off of the supply zone. If we fail, we go make a new higher high. I'm right out of the trade. I'd really like to see us hold below 75, this internal lower high right here. But the stop loss would have to be 90, the new high a day right there. Because we could sweep this one and still hold lower high there and continue lower. Want to see that market pulse start to tick bearish. There we go, getting a little bit of a curve there. Not the strongest, still holding. Okay, come on, give us something. Nvidia pretty weak. Got to see these equities start to sell off. Apple's trying to sell off right now. So is Nvidia's getting weak. Want to see new low get taken out on this 5-minute here on NASDAQ to give us more confirmation, more confluence. Nice, guys. Beautiful. Look at that. Very good. Very good. We're going to hold. Just be patient. Ideally, I'd like to see us at least come to VWAP for first price target. And then new low over here for second. Because that's how Friday was. We chopped till we were higher. And then we sold off crazy strong. Let's see. NQ still slightly bullish on the buys, but nothing crazy. Nvidia pretty weak again. Amazon pretty weak. Apple pretty weak. Come on, NASDAQ. Let's drop it again. Two minutes left in this 5-minute. I like the weighted index with some weakness, but again, this blue zone here on the weighted index was resistance. Now it's trying to act as support. NASDAQ is feeling it. I'm staying patient. My original entry was 680. I added around 670. But we'll see. Stop loss is at 90. Looking for 621. Is that near VWAP? No, 621 is up here. No, I'd rather VWAP for first take profit. Got a price target here, 622 on NASDAQ, on Bookmap. Minute 15 left here. I really like this reaction we had to the supply zone. I'd like to see us continue strong with momentum for the last minute of this 5 and for the next 5-minute too, so we could create a fair value gap over here. Right? Show me market structure is really trying to push lower with strength. Fair value gaps form when we have momentum in the market. And a little bit of a move here. Gotta really see if we could find continuation. Equities, weighted index is weak. There we go, NASDAQ. Come on now. Come on. There we go. Come on now. Let's go. Huge. Keep dropping, NASDAQ. That's what we like to see. 24 seconds left in this 5-minute. This is what I wanted to see. They're forming levels to the downside. Those are price targets. They expect price to move lower. So do I. I'm in the shorts. I'm holding. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Might look for 21 for first take profit just to play it safe. I'm in 5 micros right. I'm sorry, 10 micros right now because I added 5. So yeah, we'll look to get out of some lock and some gains around 620. If we can get down to 620. 620 is right over here. Well, we already can't create the fair value gap on the 5-minute because we opened and went bullish. So that's not ideal. 30 minutes, the only one that could still hold us bullish. But I did like the hourly, the rejection we're getting here on the hourly. 15 minutes left on that. If we sell off, when we close somewhere near 620, that's the area I'm looking to take profit. Then I could see the hourly giving us a huge sell-off. So I'm staying patient in this. I'm holding the shorts. And if it goes to stop loss, that's how I'll get out. That's when I'll get out. Stop is at new high a day right now. I'd like to let this winner run. 406 left in the 5-minute. VIX trying to move higher. Weighted index is still pretty weak over here. Really need to see this flip back bearish. That's going to help NASDAQ sell off. VIX has been pretty choppy, which isn't ideal. A weak VIX can usually lead to a stronger ES. Let's see. Got to see Nvidia start to sell off here too. Take a look, all of the equities, they sold off the past few 5-minute candles, so I don't want to be jumping out just because the first 2 minutes of this 5-minute we're pulling back. Right? Because we could just start selling off for the last minute of the 5 or the last 2 minutes of the 5. Just want to stay patient here. I did want that momentum as soon as the candle opened. We did not get it, so it's not looking the best, but we're just going to wait. We had a support zone right here, but I'd like to see us below that. We're trying to hold it.
Is that 643? That's what I've got for the support.
Yeah, 40, 46, 46, 43, same deal. That was 43. Yeah, 43 is good because that's from earlier too, off market open. New York session open, I should say. Look at this, man. Buyers trying to step back in again here. I'm staying patient. 248 left in the 5 minutes. Plenty of time for it to completely drop, right? Could do anything at this point. I do see a lot of positive delta, so I will be a little careful. Market pulse is flipping a bit bullish, but that weighted index is still pretty weak. I'm not going to scare out of a trade when there's still 2.5 minutes left on the 5 minute. 30-minute, 45, 90-minute, hourly. It's really the hourly that I'm trying to hold shorts for, but we need to close sort of below that blue zone, that blue support we have. So 210 left. We're keep failing to get back and hold above it. Well, we're not really failing to hold above it. We are holding above it. But I'd really want to see us start to make a move towards that 640 on NASDAQ. We got 2 minutes left on the 5 minute. Equities are still trying to hold up at the moment. But all it takes is for them to just get a little bit of weakness and we're going right back to the downside. So I'm personally staying patient on this. If it stops me out, it stops me out. I'd like to see a good winner here. Off my current setup, I'm looking for a 9-1. Minute 18. See, that's why we don't get scared out in the first 2 minutes of a candle. It always wick right back. Could even look to take a couple contracts off here to lock in gains, but I want to try my best to be patient and see us run through it. Minute 03 left. Even let the 5 minute close, right? Minute 03 left is plenty of time for us to just completely drop or of course hold. So we're staying patient. We didn't hit stop loss. We didn't hit take profit. This is just chop. This is what the market loves to do to get all of the impatient traders out of their trades, whether it's in profit or for a break even, and then boom, right in her favor. Oh my goodness, I got out too early. So we're just staying patient. We're going to wait and protect ourselves. That's all we can do. Come on, NASDAQ. Let's start dumping. 26 seconds left here. Really need to see these buyers fail. They're trying their best to support 50 right now. I almost want to get out of like literally 2 contracts at 50, but I feel like I would do that, and you guys know what would happen. It would go 40, 20 really quick. But let's see. Now we're trying to hold 50. Stay patient. I really like 40. Remember, we wanted 20 as an original take profit. 15-minute was a bit more bearish, that last 15. I'm just staying patient, man. I am. We are trying to find some support. I might possibly look to get out of a few contracts at some point just to lock in gains. But these buyers are trying their best to hold. I do want to see us head towards that 640 price target. ES giving us anything? Not really. There we go, Nas. That's what I'm talking about. Give us that off the roof drop that just like fell off the edge. I'll tell you what though, I will get out of 2. Like literally, I'm in 10 contracts. I'm getting out of 2 contracts right here at this 46. There we go. Boom. Out of 2. Just to protect myself a little bit. So I'm at 8 left. 8 cons left, looking for Nas to dump. Maybe I'll get out of half the contracts, seeing how choppy we are. I don't know, we'll see. Especially because of that support zone we're in the weighted index. That was really one of the main reasons I was getting out of even just the 2 contracts. But it's still just chop. I still have my entry, stop loss, and take profit. So I don't want to be getting out into the chop unless it goes to stop loss or gives me some type of clue or news comes out or something comes out that says, hey, you know, you should be bullish. I'm not, or it should be back bullish. I don't know. We've been range bound. Market pulse trying to tick bullish. Really need to see equities start to fail again. That's what was helping us sell off of the supply zone. We need to see it again. It's failing. Weighted index is trying to hold up. Right now we're
All right,
range.
temptation's getting to me too much here, so I got to walk away. Any rate, all right. That being the case here, I will see you guys tomorrow. Kevin, thank you as always, and a lot of good trades called out today here.
Yeah.
Anybody interested in a 7 p.m. Eastern Time session tonight? Send me a message. Let me know if you're interested in a 7 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. We'll continue some of my new trader stuff here. We'll probably talk about some strategy, moving average strategies, Bollinger Band strategies, stuff like that, and start doing some exposure to those kind of things.
Awesome. Thanks for joining, Marzitic. Always good to have you.
Thank you. I always enjoy having the group and everything like that. Y'all be good. Later. Bye.
Be good later.
Take care, Marzetti.
All right, guys. We're pulling back. I like that big buyer there. I'd like to see us reverse back to the downside off of them. Got very overbought right there for a second. If anything, maybe I'll just move my stop loss down like a few points. Come on now. Reject 70, go back to 40. VIX trying to move higher. Really need to see this big buyer get reversed on. We already reversed on him, so that is a good sign at the moment. But we'll see. Moving my stop loss to 86. So like 86, right near the supply. So I don't want to see us come back to supply again. No, not for nothing. I just walk away and let this trade play out. Was waiting for the hourly candle, and we have 5 minutes left on that. So again, the next 5 minutes and 40 seconds, I need to see this hourly drop and close somewhere in this blue zone or below that blue zone. If that happens, look at this guy, seller stepping back in, beautiful. And volume, we lost support down there. That's another good sign. I do want to see us continue lower. We have a price target at 25,580 on Bookmap. That's a big drop right there, 580. It's 100 points from where we are right now. So 5 minutes until the hourly closes, and we're looking pretty solid to try to continue lower. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to just hold it here. I'm not going to look to add. I'm not going to look to move my stop loss. I'm just going to hold right now. I'm going to hold, move, keep my take profits down here. Let the market do whatever the market's got to do. Keep an eye on that hourly. That's what I was, this is my analysis is now based off the hourly. Which means if it does give us that closure, it's trying to sell off, I'm going to close for probably another hour. I'm going to hold for another hour. So if that's the case, I'm not keeping the stream going for another hour. I do apologize. But we'll set and forget, right? Keep stop loss, keep take profit, and that's it. But listen, right now, look at that big move back up. Could keep us range bound. Buyers could hold it. Look at that. Coming right back. 4:10 left. Remember, don't get chickened out of the first minute or 2 minutes of the 5 minute. We never know. But first, though, my biggest issue with this 5 minute is that we dropped first and then we popped back up. But sometimes showing that we moved in one direction shows we can do it again. But I want to be patient. I do think we could sweep through that 70 to stop a lot of last minute people out and then possibly continue. But it really matters to where we close on the hourly. So we have 3 minutes and 40 seconds left for that. To be the make or break of either really great trade or possibly stop out for break even or scratch. I'm we're gonna do the walk away tactic. I don't know, man. I feel like if I do the walk away tactic, it's gonna blow up in my face. Absolutely, Kev, you got it, man. Oh, no way, gold held that level. Very nice. Damn, we did miss that re-entry on gold, I will say. Which is gonna hurt even more if NASDAQ hits stop loss. Which it looks like it's trying to. So there's that 70. Ideally, I do not want to see NASDAQ make new high a day again, but NVIDIA found some strength and a lot of equities have as well. But I want to see, so buyers stepped in here and we rejected. I want to see buyers step in here and reject again off those buyers again. But right now, we just made a higher high off of that recent high.
Got stopped out.
All right. I'm not out yet. I'm still holding.
I got stopped out.
Don't do that. Just kidding.
It's gonna dump.
Now it's that's what the market does. Now it's gonna dump all the way to the lows.
Yep.
Dude, I need it to. I need the next 2 minutes. I need us to start selling off because then I'm looking for the next hour to sell off. So I'm looking for a full hourly to keep going. I need this last few minutes of this current hourly to go to give us that momentum. So I'm gonna hold. Sellers trying to step in. I need us to try to hold below 60, 65. Google took a big hit to the downside. NVIDIA, I need to see NVIDIA back below 190. NVIDIA is right now chopping and is sitting above 190, but we have a minute 34 left. I need to see NVIDIA start to sell back off. It's trying to pump right now. So is Meta. So we got to be a little careful on equities. Equities still in that support area. Not a big fan of that, but at this point, we're just going to wait, let that hourly close. Minute 18 left. We waited this long, right? But minute 18 left. We're running out of time to go sell off and close down there, right? Because we're looking for a 40-point move, maybe 20 to 30-point move to the downside. If we don't get that, we only have a minute left. We're most likely going to go towards new high a day. I'll protect myself at 88 is my stop loss. So if we do just start to skyrocket here, get out around, we'll say 88 and 82, 85 we'll call it. We'll go 85 stop loss. But really running out of time. 45 seconds left. Would need to see this start to break this 55 low again and just like drop for this next 5 minutes. I'm sorry, during this 5 minute. But right now, buyers are trying their best to hold it. Not looking ideal. 24 seconds left. Really running out of time. I might look to get out of a few contracts just to lock in case we do just keep reversing back up because I'm losing faith on these shorts. Completely losing faith on them. 6 seconds. We're not closing where I want on NAS, so I will look to see if we can get one more drop to the downside to get out for some profit. Give me a little dip here. 58, I'll try to get out. 58.75. Okay, so I got out of a few. I'm just holding 5 left. I will let these last 5 just hold, and I'll hold it. Because we did reject supply still. There we go, selling pressure, Google selling off, Amazon, all equities are looking bearish except for Meta right now. Bit of a rejection on Meta, equities dancing around. Alright, ladies and gents, I'm wrapping the stream up there. I'll let these last few contracts, I'm only in 5 now, play out. And stop loss is at 85 on them. And if it does continue, I am looking for 520 down, somewhere real down, right? We're looking for a big sell-off today. So I'll even add some alerts. Add an alert over here so I know where we're at when we're trading there. And just be patient. Let's see. we're gonna kill the trade there. Equities are starting to hold. There's no reason to try to hold chop like this. Guys, great trading day today. Absolutely killed it. Really great stuff, and I look forward to tomorrow, man. I like the this New Year so far, price action. Not that it's New Year, new price action, but it's been pretty smooth so far, pretty easy reads, and it's been reading off our strategy, which is the volume analysis, very well. So, good job overall, everybody. Like and comment if you're here on YouTube, and I will see you guys here in the Discord community tomorrow. Alright, later, everybody.